Hey YouTube, it's Mocha Natural. Here to basically catch you guys up on what's been going on with me lately. There's been quite a bit. Um, as you all know, I'm trying to basically get back on track with my weight loss journey and been hitting just quite a few bumps in the road. The latest, well, let me back you guys up to where I left off. So I left off, I think it was a 5-day challenge that I was supposed to complete. I actually completed the 5-day challenge with the exception of, I think, working out 2 of those days. But as far as the nutrition aspect of that challenge, I did complete that part, which was basically no coffee. And I was actually supposed to work out each of those 5 days and walk 5 miles. So the next one, I've actually started actually yesterday. Yesterday is Monday. Yes, yesterday. So this week's challenge was basically to reintroduce myself or get more consistent with the green smoothie lifestyle. So I felt that I was not in a position to go full force with the cleanse, because I still have coffee in my system. I had been doing so well with the coffee thing. I think I got to maybe 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks, where I hadn't drinking any coffee, and I felt pretty good about that, but was still battling some other nutrition issues. So the beginning of school hit. We actually have not had a full, complete week of school yet. Today marks I would say, the 4th day of school. They actually started school last week. But leading up to that, my work is just stressful. There's only one of me doing what I do, and so I have no one to really share my role with. And so just getting email after email and taking that home with me and then bringing it back, and it seemed like every time I got an email, my stress levels went higher and higher, and so there was a point where I eventually caved and had me some coffee. Like I just felt like this is it. I'm breaking whatever challenge that I put myself on. So it's just a reminder that I need to find some other way of dealing with my stress. Coffee is the cheapest way, even though it's not the best way, and it eventually ends up hurting me more because it creates a dependency, and that's something that I really don't want to be, is dependent on coffee, the caffeine, the sugars that come, with the creamer and all that stuff. So I was having a cup of coffee like every day for most of the week leading up to the first day of school. So kind of got myself together and recommitted myself and said that, okay, we're going to stop the coffee. Let me see if I can regain some control. Did fine on yesterday. Today I came in, I'm like, oh my goodness. There was just a lot to do, and I felt like I couldn't even finish a thought. Like, I've got so much just going on in my mind right now that I feel like I can't even have a complete thought. I have to write down everything, so I've got a lot of brain fog going on, and just a lot of other issues. But I also need to tell you guys that I did have a little bit of a health scare, and actually it's still unresolved. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with me. But I would say since the beginning of January up until really now, I have gained quite a bit of weight. I haven't stepped on the scale yet, but it's showing pretty well in my clothes. My size 12s are crying. They're crying. So, you know, it's that sudden weight, and I actually, the bulk of, you know, the weight was pretty much gained within, I would say, 4 months. I've been at this weight for quite a long while now. So, I'm always attributing, anytime there's like that sudden weight gain, it's always attributed to water weight, which is something that I've dealt with over the years. So, but to make a long story short, the past, well, 3 weeks ago, I started feeling like this burning, tingling, numbness sensation down the entire left side of my body. And at first, you know, I really dismissed it because I thought it was just, you know, my body's response to stress. And I just felt that, you know, it would go away, until I began to talk with someone, and they were like, you need to go see the doctor, you know. And I'm like, I feel fine. This is an everyday thing for me. I deal with stress all the time. So I really didn't need to make a big stink about it, okay? But what they were concerned about was it could be stroke related. Like, you could be having a mini stroke. And I'm like, please, I can go out and do 3 miles right about now. I probably wouldn't be running it very fast, but at least I could complete it. So I just put it off, kept putting it off, and got to the point where I said, okay, I'm going to call my doctor's office, because what I hate more than a whole lot of things is to waste my time and to waste my money. And there's just been too many times where I've gone into the doctor's office and I've wasted time and money, and a lot of money, okay? So called the doctor's office, explained to them what my issue, what my problem was. They interrupted me and said, you need to go to the ER immediately. And I'm sitting here looking at the phone like, are you kidding me? I feel fine. I feel fine. There's nothing wrong with me. So they, you know, pretty much had to tell me that in order to cover their butts, to make sure that, you know, listen, she called in and you guys didn't give, you know, the right advice for her, and look at her now, she's keeled over and not doing so well. So I said, okay, all right, I'll go and see the ER. That was probably on a Friday that I made that call. And so a couple of days rolled by, and I was not really pressed to go to the ER. I didn't feel like I was in any imminent danger, okay? But later, Saturday night, going into Sunday morning, I'm laying in my bed. I think I was talking on the phone to someone for a while, and all of a sudden, my arm started burning, like in flames. The veins in the back of my hand and on my feet felt like it was like just heat coursing through my veins. And it just came on, like I wasn't doing anything. I was actually, you know, feeling a bit relaxed, you know, laying across my bed, talking on the phone. So there was nothing going on that would cause me to feel stressed out or anything like that. So, but all of a sudden that feeling just hit, and it scared me. It scared me because prior to that, I had not felt that sudden increasing amount of pain. So I said, okay, I think it's time for me to go to the office. Go to the ER. I was dreading it because we know, hey, ER, a lot of money. So I just wasn't aware of how much money. So I get there and I'm thinking, okay, they're gonna have me waiting a long time, and I'm gonna be missing sleep. And I have my daughter with me. She actually drove me to the ER. And I'm like, this is about to be a mess. Okay, get there. The ER is pretty much empty, so they see me right away. Take me in, and they put me on the EKG machine to monitor my heart, because they want to make sure that I'm not having a stroke. So, you know, the results came back from that, and it was ruled out. no stroke. I'm not having a stroke. And I'm saying to myself, of course, I felt that I was not having a stroke. So, but anyhow, they had to make sure, okay? They had to rule that out. So I felt pretty good about knowing that, it wasn't that major of an issue. But something is wrong because my arm is on fire. My left side is on fire. I feel pretty much like in my bicep area, in the inside of my elbow here, and then you could just feel the pain radiating all the way down to my fingertips. When that lady put the blood pressure thing around my arm and she started squeezing, my fingers felt like they were about to explode. Because I was already dealing with the pain and the pressure from that blood pressure machine. Oh my gosh, it was horrible. So it just made me feel even worse at that point. So they take me back and put me in a room, and I'm waiting for the ER doctor to come through. And so I had a lady, one of the nurses, come in, and they did some blood work on me. That came back pretty much okay. They tested for electrolytes and my potassium levels, and I mentioned that that was kind of low but not alarming. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, so it sounds like maybe I can just take some supplements and resolve this issue myself. I hate taking medicine. What they prescribed me to take was prednisone, which basically reduces inflammation. I was like, no ma'am, no sir, I'm not about to take that. The side effects severely outweigh the benefit of the drug. I'm sorry, let me take this off, you guys. So anyhow, if you guys don't know what prednisone is, it's like a steroid, okay? And I mean, the first thing when I looked it up, when I saw weight gain, I was like, no sir, I will not be taking it. I'm already dealing with a weight issue, and you think I'm about to compound my problems with taking a medication that's going to make it worse? No. So weight gain, hair falling out, acne problems, you name it. I'm like, who in their right mind would prescribe somebody prednisone? Like, I can just take ibuprofen and, calm my body, calm my inflammation down, So I was pretty upset at that point. But that wasn't what made me 38 hot. When I got to the room where you basically check out and you have to pay your bill, that lady handed me that document that said what was my portion to pay, and I'm like, well, hold up. All I did was I got on the EKG machine and got some blood work taken. Why? That bill was almost $500. And I still walked out of that hospital with the same problem. For the longest, I've not had high respect for the health industry, the medical industry, because I see firsthand how they really rob people. I mean, it was just ridiculous. My doctor's office said that they were not able to, evaluate me there because they didn't have the proper equipment in the office. And had I gone to my doctor's office, I would have just paid the regular $35 copay, $45 at the most, But here, almost $500 for these jokers not to even really resolve my issue. 38 hot. I'm 38 hot. So I was told to basically follow up with my primary care doctor, and then I got a referral to see a neurologist. What the ER doctor told me was that once he prescribed me the prednisone, he was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and prescribe you the prednisone, but it may not work if it's a compressed nerve. And I'm looking, it may not work. Well, why are you prescribing it if it may not work? So anyhow, you know, good thing I didn't take it, because once I got to my doctor's office, they were like, did you take it? I was like, no. And they were like, okay, good, you didn't take it. It didn't make no sense why, you know, he prescribed prednisone. I'm like, this must have been one of those quack doctors that was on the night shift. Okay. Oh my goodness. So got to my doctor's office, my primary care doctor's office, and she also pulled blood from me, drew blood from me, and said that she was going to check my vitamin B, vitamin D deficiency, and my thyroid, and she was also going to check for autoimmune problems. Something has got to give, because even though I'm not experiencing the pain as much, especially in my leg, but it's not a continuous pain that I'm seeing, feeling in my arm. You know, it comes and goes. It's not comfortable. It's painful. So it's a lingering problem, and I don't want it to, you know, not be addressed and then it go on to cause further problems. I'm getting older now. I'm 38 years old, which is really not that old, but still, I've got to make sure I take care of me, because nobody else is going to do that. So, but you know, that's pretty much what is going on with me. As I've been doing my research on vitamin D, and I actually had a conversation with someone that I love dearly, and she was able to also confirm vitamin D3. If you're deficient in that, one of the biggest things you'll have to deal with is inflammation. And I'm kind of hoping that it's as simple as that. Vitamin D. I mean, I've gotten just puffy all over in my face area, in my arms, my thighs, everything. Like I said, I still can fit my size 12s, but they're crying. They are crying. So, you know, it's a very uncomfortable thing. Like, to have your veins compressed, all your capillaries compressed. I walked in today with just feeling angry. Like, you know, the tightness of my pants, and I was also just upset because they were tight, you know, basically, but just the feeling of the tightness, it was just restricting. And I'm like, for the next week or so, I need to just wear very loose clothes, so I at least, you know, feel comfortable and don't have that restricting thing going on, because my legs right now, as I'm doing this video, my legs are numb from the kneecaps down. I do quite a bit of sitting in this office here, and they're numb, you know, so I'm gonna have to get up after I finish and do a little bit of walking around just to relieve some of that numbness. But so yeah, you guys, that's kind of what I've been going through right now. I messed up today and drunk some coffee. I really felt that I was on my way to regaining control again, but it's not time for me. I'm not ready. I'm mentally not ready. Stress-wise, I'm not ready. So y'all pray for me, because I just feel like I'm just drowning in a sense. I really do. And every time I set a goal for me, something happens where I just I'm not able to complete it 100%. But you know, I always preach about imperfect progress, and as long as I'm getting something done, you know, it's towards that goal. So you know, I'm not totally down in the dumps about it, but I need resolution. Something about this inflammation that's going on, this nerve thing going on. I really hope that they're able to pinpoint exactly what it is and let me know how to address it. So anyhow, I know this video is a little bit long, but I wanted to make sure that I touch base with you guys and let you know that, hey, I haven't given up on any of my challenge. I'm actually going to have to restart another challenge next week. I'm going to give myself some time to just kind of lay low a little bit. It's not an excuse though to overeat, and that's one thing that I've definitely been more conscious of. Even though I'm not active in a challenge, it doesn't mean that I'm going to gorge. I've been watching my carbs, as a matter of fact, and watching my water intake as well. So I'm going to touch base with you guys on next week, and hopefully have some good news to share with you. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get off, and I will talk to you guys later. See you in the next one.